What's good, hermanos y hermanas? I wanted to address a really important topic that is a central pillar of my upcoming launch of SK Wealth Academy, and that is to really pursue a meaningful life full of nuance and context and not just one driven by societal pillars, which will always tell you to try to get as much money for yourself and to be very narcissistic in that pursuit, which I don't think really leads to a healthy mindset. And in addition, I think it fails to lead to a meaningful life of purpose. So, in order to really find purpose and meaning in life, I think it's very, very necessary to broaden our perspectives beyond just the a spectrum of knowledge that we are born into, whether it's within a certain ethnic community within a city, or within a certain community within the city in which we reside, or in the nation we reside. I think it's really important to expand our perspectives to as many diverse perspectives as possible. And the reason being is that once we expand our perspectives, it's very easy to see that something that we were told to believe in for our entire lives may not be the best choice for us, though we grow up in our whole childhood assuming that this is the best choice for us. So let me see if I can think of something off the top of my head, because I am really just making this video off of the top of my head. So this is really just, I'm just freestyling here. But for example, let's say you grew up in a nation that taught you that you should always pursue the best possible scores on national entrance exams, because that is the best, basically the best way to get the best education. So you're going to grow up thinking that, oh, actually, okay, let me scrap that for a second. I just thought of a better example, because I was thinking of my friend Mattia. I'll just leave it at Mattia. And I met him when I was living in LA, and then he moved to a city outside of Rome for a couple of years, and he said it was eye-opening for him. So this is better because it's a real, it's a real world example using a good friend of mine. And he said the reason it was eye-opening is that he really was exposed to a culture, he said, that valued time more than money, meaning that they worked to be able to spend time with family and friends, and that everyone after dinner he would see like walking in the plaza, taking walks with their family, with their children. And he says totally completely different mindset from growing up in America, where the emphasis was just on money, 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 and really time is a commodity that is not valued except if it's not spent making more money. And so he said that the views of life were almost completely different, that people work in Italy to be able to have time to spend with family and friends, whereas people forego time with family and friends in America just to earn more money. And he said that was something really starkly in contrast with one another due to culture. And so that's an example of how broadening our perspectives can lead to decisions that are going to be completely different and lead us down completely different journeys and pathways that we never once before considered. So I don't think it's necessary to have to live abroad, but it's just always necessary to be open to discussions with other people, because if you live in a melting pot like America and you live in New York, you can actually find someone that was born in all 194 nations on planet Earth that are now living in New York. So you can find them, talk to them. Of course, there are many ethnic communities in New York, whether you're looking at Flatbush in Brooklyn or whether you're looking in Queens. You can find communities. You can even move there, even if you're not part of the ethnic community, to get that experience, just to be able, and even if you don't agree that certain diversity and other options that are embraced by other communities are not for you, it's still really valuable to be able to open up your mind to the possibilities. Because I think, there's not one pathway. Society tells us that there's only one pathway. There's one pathway for education, there's one pathway for career, there's one pathway for success, and that's the pathway that they want to funnel every single person towards. Rather, we need to really find our own specific journey and our own specific group of factors that will make us happy, that define our own personal happiness and our own personal satisfaction. So that's the message for today. Hopefully it resonated with some of you. If it didn't, then you can just listen to this and forget about it. But if it did, share it with your family and friends. Okay, have a beautiful day. Always remember, remain intensely curious and keep an eye peeled for my upcoming launch of SK Wealth Academy. Bless up.